Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I am the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. Not with me as always is FHM producer Jeff, who is on probably I'd say a much needed vacation. And we are back with one last run. Pittsburgh Penguins 2023-2024 season continued part 2. If you missed our first episode, it's available on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments, where we have basically tried to tweak the Pittsburgh Penguins and make them a little bit younger, try and recoup some assets. But more importantly, we are trying to win the Stanley Cup. It's a delicate balance we are trying to do. We don't have a first-round pick this next year. So let's just take a look at what we did in our last one. So our big move here was we did sign Patrick Kane. So Patrick Kane is a Pittsburgh Penguin. And so that's nice to us. We just kind of, after that, did some dumping of contracts to drop some cap space. So we got rid of Jeff Carter and we brought in Mark Stahl, but then we traded Mark Stahl away right away. And so we picked up a couple 7th round picks. We had Brandon Yeager. We sent him back to juniors. We traded away Jensen Harkins to Minnesota. We got Damon Hunt back, who gives us another prospect. We added Alexis Gendron, who's another 3-star prospect. Only 1.5, 2 stars now. So guy who could grow into a role. We traded away... No, I'm sorry. We didn't trade away. We got on waivers Declan Chiselholm to be kind of our 7th defenseman, but he's turned out fairly well so far. And Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to be our new backup because we needed. AJ Duos, hi Adam, is Jeff here tonight? No, Jeff, as I said, is away. Hey, Max and Mark, welcome in. So our Pittsburgh Penguins look a little bit different. Looking at our lineup right now, you can see Kane joined us on our second line. We're pretty top heavy still. We have an interesting bottom. We're going to continue to work the waiver wire if interesting people come up. We're relatively healthy. We're dealing with a few minor injuries. You can see right away, Chris Letang's not playing. He's got a foot contusion. Hopefully he's not gone for too long. And overall, we're just trying to build up more. We're going to just kind of sim through a bunch of games here is my hope. We don't get too bogged down in injuries, but that's always possible. And we lose 5-1 to Detroit, so that's an awesome way to start. We scored the first goal and then gave up 5 straight. Beautiful. Well then. I'm making my pitch to give Tyler Myers the erratic ability if he doesn't have one. As you know, I enjoyed Tyler Myers when he was with the Jets. I am happy he's in Vancouver. And we are currently last in the Metropolitan. Hopefully that won't stay that long. I think our biggest thing is we need our goalie to get hot, and we just kind of need to bury some goals. But our team is new. All right, Tang is going to be back soon, which actually reminds me, I think I need to go to my manager options, and we're going to turn on looking for minimum 2-star players in case someone of interest pops up. Because players are going to get waived. AJ Dulo says, Kovalchuk came out of retirement too. I did see that, yeah. Little bit surprising. He's back in the KHL, signed until the end of the year. Hasn't played in 2 years. I mean, he obviously... I don't think he's going to have much for defense, but he's never had much for defense. So if he can go out and pot them 15 goals, I'm sure they'll be pretty happy. Ottawa is possibly shopping Tim Stützle. Well, if he does get traded, it's going to be for something big. Ottawa badly, just in like real life, needs to clear some cap space. So that's not a huge surprise. Now, Letang could play, but I think we'll leave him out until he is absolutely healthy. Going to leave Jari in net. Hopefully he can start getting warm at some point. First game versus the Blues, and we lose again. Awesome. Love it. We continue to dig a hole. 1-4. And we have 2 defensemen injured. Boy, this gets more fun. Okay, Olivier's out for 1 to 2 weeks, so we're going to take Chisel home and replace him with Letang. And Chad Renwell's going to have to come in, so let's look at the lines here. Graves is down, so Graves is going to come out and get replaced with Chiselholm. Joseph gets replaced with Runwell. We don't need the room yet, so we won't put anyone onto IR yet. You'll have a top 10 draft. Again, Max, that doesn't do me any good. I don't have my first round pick. We can't be this bad. If we're that bad, San Jose is going to make out like bandits. I'll be honest, I was simming ahead a little bit, just kind of to see how things were going, to see if anything interesting happened or anyone came up on waivers. And there is one player who came up on waivers in a side game I was doing who might be of interest, but we'll see if he shows up or not. And Chris Letang now is back healthy, which is really good news for us because we need him back. And having him back to give us kind of a 1-2 punch on the back end with Eric Carlson will be big. Yes, if you're wondering who I'm talking to, we are currently streaming both on twitch.tv/franchise hockey manager as well as twitch.tv/OOTP developments. Ooh, trade proposal from Edmonton. Edmonton says they're going to give me 20-year-old Jaden Grub, not sure how to say that, who is a 1.5 star, 2.5 star potential guy for Vinny Histroza. Over a point per game in juniors last year. Tell me more about him. So he was a 3rd round pick of the Rangers. What's our scouting say? Group skill level. Okay, yeah, not a big deal. Like us, that's on the 4th line. He's a poor man, Evgeny Malkin. Pretty good vision on ice. Game is a bit of a dirty side. Loyalty to his team isn't a big motivating factor. He'll move for greener pastures. Tends to stay after trouble off the ice. That's not a bad thing. So where does that leave us? So who would we have it call up? Rem Pitlick would come up and be our next guy up. Pitlick is making only $1.1 million. Histroza right now is making $775, so we'd go up a little bit. It's not a bad trade. I just 6'3", so he's kind of the bigger guy. We get 9 years younger. He has terrible shooting range. Wow. 4 on shooting range. That is really bad. Did I have my assistant set to training? I do. Okay. Boiled Egg says, team can get a little longer. I can sense a transition coming. Well, it is. Yeah, I just... So calling up Pitlick means our salary cap is going to be up a little bit, but we have the room to do that. Of course, we don't... Yeah, it's only going up $400,000. I guess we could always flip Pitlick, too. And Stroh's is not playing anyway, so does it matter? No, let's do that. Let's get younger. All right. Oh, he's actually showing up 2 stars with us now, so that's nice. We are going to send him down to the minors to play, though. And I guess we call up Sam Poulin. But I'd rather him continue to work. Grube actually slots in as okay. Not bad. All right, we're going to call up Rem Pitlick. And Pitlick we're just going to put on the trade block as well in case we get anything interesting for him. And let's give him a number so I don't have to deal with that. Oh, I can't change the jersey number right now. All right. Oh, Connor Brown is on waivers now. AJ Dulles, I missed that. I'm pretty sure the Canucks have never healthy scratched Myers. I mean, they kind of need enough defense. I do love the fact that him and Zadorov are, what, like 13 feet of defensemen now together? That's pretty funny. All right, so that puts us, we're still well with under the salary cap. Pitlick's on the trade block now too. Okay. You know what, we're going to throw Pitlick in for a game so that Riley Smith gets back healthy. Maybe show him off, see if he can get any trade offers for us. And 4-2 win. All right. There we go. I will take it. I legitimately believe Irwin would be better than Myers. Myers in the right spot is still good. I just don't know what the right spot for him is anymore. It's kind of like, again, I don't know if anybody here has subscription to The Athletic, but Shayna Goldman on The Athletic had a post about what team could use Tyson Barrie, and she listed one of the teams as Winnipeg, and I'm just like, you know what Winnipeg doesn't need is another 5'6" defenseman. They have 4 guys going for the position anyways right now. All right, Riley Smith is ready to return, but he's only at 80%. So we're going to leave him out for one more game. And all right, Jari got a little bit hot, which is also good news for us. So first game versus Colorado, and it's a 5-2 win. Rem Pitlick picks up 2 assists. Declan Chisholm scores. First goal of the year. Nice. All right, Pitlick. He's happy to be up. Boiled Egg, thank you for pushing me to trade or make a trade and get a little bit younger. Never a bad thing. Just as a reminder, this is a test build. I currently am on FHM 10 right now, so testing never stops. So if you see something that looks a little different, then that might be why. Max Duquette says, I really hope Hanola will have a real chance to show what he can do when he is healthy again. Winnipeg needs that kind of defenseman. You know, honestly, I think he would have made the team after, now that he's going to be out 3 months, or they expect him to be gone 3 months. He started just a little bit of ice stuff. They still expect he's a month away. It would not shock me if he ends up back in the A for the rest of the year. But I will say this, having seen Declan Chisholm play for the last little bit, I am pleasantly surprised with how he's doing. We're going to throw Riley Smith back in. For that matter, let's look at our upcoming free agents. Is there anyone of interest? Okay, yeah. How's Patty Kane do? He's got 4 points in 7 games. All right, Jake Gunsel. Okay, what does he want? $7 million in 5 years. Oh, boy. That's a lot. You also have a bunch of young guys here, so what do they need? But he's going on a 2-way deal. All right. Oh boy. What does Patty Kane want to renew? He wants another 7.54 million. Oh. Oof, oof, oof. That's a lot of money. What is Ukapeka making right now? Yeah, he wants almost double a raise. That's a lot of money for him too. 925. I'll have to think on those ones for a little while. That's why I did kid did with my caps. Low key youth movement. Flipping out the trade deadline for a high pick or a young stud. I would like to recap a first rounder, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. 4-3. All right, getting some goals from across, so that's nice. And we're back up to 500. AJ Doolittle says, I think Chris Tanner is criminally underrated on the base roster. This is a point of contention for a lot of people, is they think our roster ratings are unfair. I think a lot of time, again, I like to explain it, and I have explained it, is we use the full 5-star system, and stars do not equal percentages or out of 100. And so sometimes that's kind of confusing for some people, especially when they think like top guys should be 5 stars, or everyone should be 5 stars who's really, really good. And that's not the point of the star system. The star system is kind of a cursory glance at how things are. And pick up another win over Anaheim. All right, Carlson gets a couple assists. Starting to roll. Graves is coming on a bit. All right. Declan Chiselholm's got 3 points. Commander solo. I was actually watching some of that game too before we started the stream. That was a funny last goal that they did score to break the shutout. Ryan Graves is ready to go. We're just about it. We're at the end of October. Yeah, is Gunsel worth $7 million and a no trade to us right now? Is he good? Yes. Is he worth that much to us? That's the question I keep having. It's kind of like Patty Kane. AJ Dula says he is worth that. That's money I can't give to somebody else, though. That's part of the problem. Development report. Lots of ups. Lots of ups. Lots of ups. That's how you can tell we're getting to be a younger roster. And then, downs. Oh, look at all the downs. All right. Montreal is offering us 26-year-old Johnny Kovacic for Rem Pitlick. Former Winnipeg Jet. Johnny Kovacic. Well, Winnipeg Jet property. We're not trading Rem Pitlick for him. We don't really need a 2-star defenseman. We got enough of kind of the type of player he is. Monthly budget, we're doing all right here. Which reminds me, did we have a player conflict? I feel like we did. All right, tournaments, we need to scout World Under 17 Hockey Challenge. We're going to sign Gunther Peter. No. He's going there. American Patterns going to the under 16. Herman can go to the Deutschland Cup. Karlsruhe Cup. Olympic qualification first round. Send Serge David, and under 17. We'll send Colin Alexander. All right, if we look at our team harmony, we still have a bit of friction. And we have some more drop, but still got a ways to go there. 3 players on waivers, but no one really of interest to us. Kim is chilling. Welcome to the chat. Kovalchuk is so underrated. Again, I liked him more when he was a Winnipeg Jet AJ Duelist. Sorry, AJ Duelist says, isn't the 4-star player like an EA 87 to 89? I kind of like to explain it like this. In terms of star ratings. First off, you need to look at their stats, not just their star ratings. And look to see what guys are good at skills, and even just looking at their like tactical preferences, where do they fit best, will help you decide how they fit into your lineup. I wrote a post a long time ago that you can find on our Reddit, or you can find on our forums that I've quoted a few times. But the basic idea is anyone 3.5 stars and above on the star rating systems is a really, really, really good player. Like, basically borderline superstar. 3.5 stars and above. Like, well-known, probably a name everybody should know. 3.5 stars. And I mean, if you're converting that over, 3.5 stars would be a 7 out of 10. Well, that doesn't seem about right. And so you need to be careful when you're looking at that. But that's the better way to think of 3.5 stars. Basically means they are a star in the league. When you hit those 4-star, 4.5-star guys, those are your true superstars. The 5-star guys are those guys who can kind of change the game, like Crosby, like McDavid, like we believe Bedard very much like. P-Wog, go Wings. We'll see about that. So those are the type of things you need to think about. That. But again, the key thing to do is look at their stats and how they help. And again, like if you load up a team on 5-star players, but everyone's a sniper, that's not going to do your team any good. If you load up your team of 5-star and everyone's an offensive defenseman, that's not doing your team any good. You need to have a balance. And I'll be one of the first to admit I don't always do that as good as I can. So Chisholm comes out and gets replaced with Graves. But then Runwall comes out, and he's going to get replaced with Chiselholm. All right. AJ Doulis says you can only intervene once a month, right? Yes, you can only intervene once a month. So we have to kind of pick and choose our battles. Eric Carlson was kind of annoying everyone, but... P-Wog, would Adam be a 5-star if he was a Leaf fan? Adam would never be a Leafs fan, so that's kind of the key thing here. Although there is shockingly a lot of Leafs fans in the area of which I live. And I think it was perfectly illustrated by when I was in university up here. There was a time when I lived on campus, and one of the people I lived on campus with was a guy from the greater Vancouver area. And when we were on campus, we were talking about things, and he looked around. He goes, "Why is there so many Leafs fans?" Now, this was before the Jets were back. Because I don't understand. Why is there so many Leafs fans? Why isn't there at least more, Vancouver fans? And then about a month after watching TV and Hockey Night in Canada particularly, he goes, "Oh, I get it." He goes, "Vancouver games don't start till 9 p.m. here. Leafs games are on at 6. And I went, yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it. We get way too many Leafs games. Now, I told you there was a player who interested me in joining our team, and he is on waivers right now. And that is Jack McBain, son of former Winnipeg Jet Andrew. 6'4" centerman winger Jack McBain has 2 goals in 4 games, and I think he would slot in really well as our third line center. Now, granted, we currently have Noah Kari, which means we'd push him down, and that means we have Koppanen. But I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world. Now, we are be a little bit tight to the cap. No, we got enough room. But we are going to probably have to waive Koppanen back down or trade him. He's only got 3 points, so it's not exactly like he's lighting it up. I am going to claim him because that gets us younger too. And I've always liked Jack McBain. What we're going to do is we're going to shop Koppanen after this game. 6-4 lost to San Jose. What? Oh, that's rough. All right, so if we look here, okay. So say we take Koppanen out and we replace him with Pitlick. I mean, I guess we could... What if we do try and move Pitlick anyways? And we keep Koppanen as our extra guy. That's not a bad idea either. So let's shop him, Rem Pitlick, and let's add a 7th rounder. Let's search for only a pick and see what we get back. Okay, offering up Rem Pitlick, we get some offers of 4th round picks, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Boston, Dallas, New Jersey, Islanders, Tampa. Of course, if we don't get him, then we're in trouble if we trade him away. Excuse me. Oh, wow, okay. Boston's going to be too good. I think throwing him to the Islanders would be the best choice, but do I risk trading him now before we have made this? Yes, I do. We're going to move him in a 7th round pick for a 4th round pick. All right, so let's hope we get Jack McBain, because if we don't, we're going to be in trouble here. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's hope we get him. How much analytics are put into the base game, especially with edge data now? Edge data is a little bit probably too new for a lot of the things we're doing, but there's definitely some analytical components for sure. I think it would be impossible not to essentially have some. Oh, did we get him? We got him. Jack McBain is on our team. All right. McBain wants... He's going to have number 22. All right. So let's redo this a bit. So we have... Koppanen gets replaced with McBain. And we're going to take our lines and we're going to move McBain up to the 3rd line. And Joseph is back, so that means Chiselholm comes back out. And Chiselholm, who got up to 2 stars. Ways to get back in, although he could replace Ryan Shea. Yeah, let's do that. So he stays in the lineup and Shea comes out. Yeah, I like that. All right. This is why I can't play the Pens or the Pirates in the baseball, because inevitably they turn into as they are in real life. Plus, I can't stand when they lose. It's too personal. Well, Command Solo, have you played as the Pittsburgh Pirates in FHM? It's a better question. Because that is an option. We actually did that in one of our earlier streams. We played as the 1930s Pittsburgh Pirates. Where we also discussed how every single team in Pittsburgh was for some reason called the Pirates at one point. AJ Dula says, I feel though potentials are the most subjective. Well, they are. They should be. A potential is not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to lead to some variation. You don't want potentials to be exact because you want players who are going to surprise you and players who are going to disappoint you. I mean, that's one of the most important things with hockey is, and one of the points that we've kind of made when we've talked about, we've kind of overrated some of the earlier prospects in the game. 4-0 lost Anaheim. Wow, Alex Daylock, 43 saves, shutting us out. Ty Smith did not have a good defensive game. Neither did Declan Chisholm. Ooh, just a bad go on our fourth line there. Third line, too. I do not know what's going on with that, though. That's interesting. Like a big one is Oliver Muir for how much he slipped in the draft. Yeah. Even, I know as a Winnipeg fan, just Brad Lambert being 30th in the draft could end up being a huge steal if he turns out the way how everyone in Winnipeg kind of hopes he will. Doesn't mean necessarily he will. Or you can look at a guy like Kirill Kaprizov, who was, what was it, a 4th-round pick? So he got passed over how many times before someone finally took him? $5-2. Oh, man, we are going into a slide here. Apparently our team is very upset we traded... And Evgeny Malkin has been injured. He's out day to day with a knee contusion. It's not great, Bob. All right, so we replace him straight up with Kopanen and just see how it goes. It'll be fine, right? Huh. Again, it's a subjective thing. And just because a guy isn't, again, rated as highly doesn't mean he can't get there. Well, yeah, Max, you're right. We had Lambert very highly rated in one of our early games, and then the way he played in Liga didn't really work with his style or something. I don't really know what. And yet, if you watched the couple games of the World Junior before it got canceled that year, he looked really good against his age group. So is it he just needed time to get caught up? Again, last year in the AHL, he started off a little bit rough, goes down to the WHL and just absolutely rips it up. Again, this year in the A, he's been doing pretty well. So, I mean, I don't know. He might be a guy who never makes it. It's very possible. Again, another thing I posted on Reddit. I don't remember who wrote the story. I think it was The Athletic. Could have been ESPN, somebody else. Like, of all the players ever drafted since the draft began, it's something like only 70% have played 100 games in the NHL from the first round, and then it drops off from there. Then the second round, it's like 56. Third round, it's 43. And then rounds 4 through 7, it just drops off hard after that. So there is lots of draft picks that never make it. And again, for Winnipeg, I mean, I go back and I think too, they had a Sutter they drafted who just never turned out. They never signed him. Second round pick. Another guy who, I mean, I think lots of teams have known, Nick Patan, fantastic junior player, not a huge guy, but just has never been able to make that jump. I don't know if it's all due to his size or what. But yeah, he just hasn't. Christian Vesalainen, yeah, there's a lot of people in Winnipeg who are really hard on Christian Vesalainen, and they're like, oh, it was such a bad draft. Look, we could have had Nick Suzuki if we would have let them just take Toby Enstrom, Vegas, I mean. And I go, yeah, but when you go back, and I remember that draft specifically, because I remember a lot of things around that, and I remember so many hockey insiders going, oh, wow, the Jets got so lucky getting Christian Vesalainen. This is a guy who I had in my top 10 whose skills will translate exactly to the NHL. And you know what? He really hasn't. I don't know if he still might have a chance. I don't know if he will, but it doesn't look great for his ability right now. I don't know if it's just well, Max, you make, again, really good point, but they're two different leagues too, right? It's a different style of play. Even take, again, former Winnipeg Jet Sami Niku. Back in Liga, he's putting up over a point per game. And he was not quite there or anywhere near that for the NHL. It's also European hockey, just in general, is a different, and the league is even different, more different than that too. Okay, this is taking an unusually long amount of time to move forward. We are still moving though. Ah, there we go. Must have been one of the tournaments in the background. Ah, there we go. The Olympic qualifying. So let's take a look. Anyone of interest? Not particularly. A lot of low-ranked guys. All right, game versus Buffalo. I'm not sure what to say. We just kind of need our teams to do something. Do something. 4-1 win over Pittsburgh. There we go. Jack McBain. 1 goal, 1 assist. Love it. Boiled egg. I was bummed Jets got Johnson Fialbi from the Caps. He was good for them last year. He's kind of a good 13th, 14th forward, boiled egg. Just, if that dude could score more, he would be in the lineup all the time. Rock and flow, though. Well, again, talking about OHL, with the World Juniors just having their teams announced, the Jets what was it, 6th-round pick 2 years ago, is one of the goalies for the World Juniors for Team Canada. Will he turn out? I don't know, but he's looked pretty darn good for the past 18 months. So you have to wonder, like, what they're looking at for some of those skills. Some recognizable names. How's Jesse Puljujärvi doing in this? Playing in the KHL's got 18 points in 24 games. And we can see some guys coming for this under 17 channels. Oh, look at that. Gavin McKenna, Michael Misa, Matt Schaefer. Game versus Columbus. Just going to sim right through. And 4-2 lost to Columbus. What are we doing so poorly? Ooh, our one set of defense is just... Okay. Let's maybe look at our tactics here. All right, we're going to go for activated D on offense to see if we can get a little bit more. See if we can get a little more action there. And we're actually going to turn the tempo up just a little bit. See if we can get a little more out of our team. Again, you want to talk about prospects, AJ Doulis, OHL, check out Jacob Julian, Jets' 5th-round pick this past draft. Go look at his stats for his last little bit on the London Knights. I think he's got something like 20 points in the last 10 games. And now the top guys on the Knights are going to go play in the World Junior stuff, so he's going to get even more ice time. Yeah, right. Well, thanks. Sorry, I missed that comment. He's a poor man's Hagelin if he would score. When I was playing hockey, we had a guy we called Stone Hands. Because dude could skate all over the place, outskate lots of players, but his ability to shoot was nothing short of... Well, it was something else altogether. We'll just leave it at that. 2-1 loss. All right, so we're not getting enough out of Kopanen playing that second-line center. So we're going to replace him with McBain, and we'll move McBain up to see if he can do anything. Just for fun. We change him at all. Let's put him at the power forward. Nick Bonino. That sounds like Antonio Strange skates like a figure skater but can't shoot a puck. Well, when you say that, that makes me think of the Mighty Ducks, their AJ duelist, and the guy whose name I suddenly can't think of. All right. And we're back in the bottom of our division. Ugh. Let's see, McBain on the second line. What can he do? 4-1 loss. Oh, man. We just cannot catch a break right now. Is Kobe Barlow injured? Surprised he was not on the team browser. Max Duquette. As much as I like Barlow, I haven't heard his name much about the World Junior stuff, so I wasn't really shocked. Even a couple early lists I saw for guesses, he was kind of like the next guy left off the list. Okay, Malkin can kind of come back, but we're going to leave him until he is as fully healthy as he can be. Let's give Luokin in this game. And we are not doing well. Oh, we got a win. Hooray! Overtime win. But we finally got another win. 7-9-1. Why are you guys talking about Kobe Barlow and the U.S. team? Kobe Barlow is Canadian. All right. Runwall got hurt in practice. Awesome. You're rocking it. McBain, get replaced with... Malkin. All right, let's move him. His skating can improve. I don't think he's terrible, but his skating can improve. He's just playing in a crowded position right now. Canadian forwards it's tough. Yes, we know Malkin's ready to go. All right, Malkin's finally back. Let's see if we can turn a corner versus the Rangers here. And we win 1-0. All right, we win in a shootout at that. Crosby and Russ score. So you're saying I should sign Jake Gensel. Oh, he wants less money now. Okay, fine. Oh, man, we're just losing more. Okay, oh, right. Okay, I'm looking at, right. Okay, that makes way more sense. My phone is going off wildly. The Yankees have got Juan Soto. All right. Anything interesting? Okay, you can see some interesting guys coming eventually. Landon DuPont. All right. All right. Back-to-back games. Let's put Luukkonen in his revenge game versus Buffalo. Sim it out and 4-3 Buffalo. What are you doing, Luukkonen? Oh, man. Drew O'Connor has a bad game in 8 minutes. What are you doing, Drew O'Connor? Defensive lapses. I'd take him out and put Copen in and see if we get any better luck. Cardinals fan, you know where to post that if you feel that. All right. Marner trade may happen. Philadelphia, Winnipeg, and San Jose. Just need to check something here, actually. All right. Game versus Toronto. This would be a big one to win. But can we? No. Of course we can't. Why would we be able to win? At least we lost in overtime. Up 2-0 and we blow it. Sidney Crosby, awful game defensively. I wonder if we should take a little bit more ice time off of Sidney Crosby. Oh, Ty Smith got hurt shin splints. Ooh. Okay, if we take... drop a little bit more time off. Is there a shot power related attribute, Adam? Or is something that translate to shot power? Stopping and trying to remember. There is something connected to it, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. I'll look at the stat screen here at my next stoppage and see if I can remember which one it is. Some of it's strength, though. I know that. It might be a combination of things, if I remember right. This has been a really bad month. All right, let's just pick a random guy like Chiselholm. Well, I think shooting range is tied to it too. For in terms of your power. If memory serves. Because if you have a weak shot, you're not exactly shooting from far away. And we get a 5-3 win. All right, there we go. Oh, it's a little better. Getting a couple goals there. Nice on the power play. And we're fighting to get out of the basement again. We are now past American Thanksgiving, And we are fighting badly uphill. The good news is there is teams a lot worse than us. We're at 20 points, and that still puts us fifth with the Atlantic. So we're not out of it if we get on a bit of a roll here. But we need to get on a roll. Outright shot power attribute would be cool to add, though. Again, I'm pretty sure it's covered in some of that stuff. And while it might be nice, it's not the be all end all. It's kind of a stat that doesn't matter near as much as it once did. And we get a 4-1 win over Tampa Bay. Nice. Doesn't matter beside the skills competition. Well, I mean, yeah, honestly. Again, the Athletic. There was an article done talking about Kyle Connor and about how his shot speed is actually like one of the worst or one of the slowest in the leagues. But he's become such a good goal scorer because of just his accuracy and how fast his snap off of his stick is for hitting those shots in just timely manners. All right, top selling jerseys: Gunsel, Carlson, Crosby. Development report. All right, Chiselholm's going up. Copenhagen. This guy's going up, and only a little bit going down. And we don't have an award winner, which makes me sad. Our monthly budget. We're going to crank up our team morale all the way to see if that helps us. Crank up our scouting a little bit. All right. Do we have any Swiss scouts? No. So we're going to send our Czech guy to the Swiss ice hockey games. Division 1 Junior A. The Spangler Cup. Juniors, we'll send Will Acton. And there we go. All right. Just like to see if we can get on a bit of a run here. I'd like to get caught up to real life. And so the Penguins right now are what? They are 11-11-3. Can we... Well, we're right on track to keep pace with them. Depending on how things go. Owner confidence says the fans are satisfied and we agree with the approach you've been taking. Oh, that's good. Let's see if we can, again, still get on this bit of a heater here at some point. Rivalry game for Pennsylvania and 6-2 loss. That's Rit Flyers' fault. Give up 40 shots, take 46, and we lose. Awful. Just awful. Again, I don't really recall many, yeah, Max, D-men who sit back and are just firing clappers from the blue line. Like Winnipeg used to do that when Bufflin was there and used to have, maybe Shea Weber, but not a lot of NHL teams now who have guys doing that. Got guys down on sitting on the face-off dots or whatever from the close to Ovechkin style ones, but yeah, it's you start feeling older and older when you start thinking about some of these things. Be like, yeah, when did that happen now? Again, there was a time when it used to have two defensemen on every power play unit. That hasn't rarely happens now. Winnipeg occasionally trots that out, and people are like, "Whoa, what are they doing that for?" Nobody else does that. All right, game versus Philly. Can we get back in the win column here? After an embarrassing 6-2 loss, and we lose 8-7. What is this? I am just at a complete loss. Just like literally no defense. All right, we're going to try turning the tempo down because clearly that's not working. But oh man, I remember when goalies actually had to move to make a save. I remember when goalies didn't take up 2/3 of the net. All right, game versus Tampa Bay. Maybe this can help us, inspire us to do something. And 6-4 win. All right, maybe, well, shots, 49 shots. I don't know if you saw that, but Tampa Bay fired their coach. They're so mad about being 4 games under 500, they fired their coach. Which, I mean, for as much success Tampa Bay's had, their owner was upset about it. I could see it. I missed the 2-pad stack. Well, goaltending has also changed a lot in terms of the style. I mean, you used to have 2 styles. You had the goalie who stood up the entire time, also known as the stand-up goalie, and then you had the butterfly goalie. Now basically everybody plays hybrid. Which is a mixture of the two. We're not going to get to Boxing Day today. I was just trying to get to like current day, which we have now officially passed. I was hoping to try and even our record before I got out of here, but we're having a bit of an issue. Who's injured? Or Patrick Kane got suspended. 7 games? What did he do? Well, apparently I missed that. Wow. A 7-game suspension. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's not right. Guess I misclicked there. All right, what did he do that he got a 7? Illegal check to the head. Oh. 5-minute penalty for illegal check to the head, and he's gone for 7 games. He must have absolutely crushed that guy. Luke Glendening only played 7 minutes. Wonder if it was him we hit. Eric Cernak. Oh, Calvin DeHaan got suspended. Before that, is there anyone on their injured list now? Well, no wonder Tampa Bay's so bad. Stamkos is out. Fractured eye socket. Kucherov is hurt. Wow. Yeah, Vasilevsky's still out for a while. Fractured eye socket. Ugh. All right. Well, we're going to pause here because I don't feel like dealing with a 7... Patrick Kane. Oh, man. All right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take Patrick Kane out. We're going to replace him with O'Connor. Gets back in the lineup. Let's just see what happens when we set lines. I'm going to turn down some of the ice time so the old guys don't overwork themselves, and 5-4 loss, because of course we did, but we lost in overtime at least, so at least we got a point. All right, with that then, thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream it every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Franchise Hockey Manager, as well as twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well, with stream archives going live Sundays at about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European viewers. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, you can find us at Franchise Hockey. You can also find a link to our official Discord in our Twitter bio. We are on other social media sites too, although we haven't been posting there much yet. It will come at some point. And of course, you can come on down to our official website, which is OOTPdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right hand corner, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of Park Baseball, Perfect Team Go, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, did I miss anything? No, I don't think so. All right. Yeah, we'll be back next week. I think Jeff is back next week. If he's not, we'll be back with this game. If not, we'll be back to the Montreal history as we go through over 100 years of Montreal history, hopefully, in our stream games. If not, we'll see if I don't get fired by the end of this. But yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. And we will see you all again next week. Have a good evening. Or good rest of the day, depending on when you're watching this.